It's your boy Papa Do It, man. I want to drop this video on y'all, man. Had a little talk with somebody, and it just made me say, let me put a video out about it. I want people to understand. Like I said, I try to get y'all to think. Like, subscribe, comment, man. Share this post. Now, listen. And I'm going to be biased as I can with this because I want y'all to understand. And this is just talking about a black woman and a black man. And I want y'all to understand. If you ask 1,000 women, what's their definition of a man, you're going to come up with 1,000 different answers. Same way with a man. If you ask a man, what's their definition of a woman, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to tell you why. Because the way we live so divided that we're all going to experience women and men totally different. We don't supposed to live like this, divided up. Just like your cells in your body, you're supposed to all live together as one. You get what I'm saying? Meaning, and I'm gonna give y'all a couple scenarios so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. If we lived as a real community, like a real group of people, so like naturally how we supposed to live, men have testosterone, women have estrogen. We supposed to be the providers and protectors. So if we live on the land where we as the men go out and we get the food and we come back with the food, what the women doing? The women are keeping the children and looking over the elderly, and they're keeping everything clean, and they're working as a group. So if you got 1,000 men going out there getting the food every day, making sure the crops grow and everything, then you got the women back with each other, making sure the children and everything. Do you understand what that'll do for us as a people? You understand me? Can you imagine your man cheating on you or your woman cheating on you in that type of environment? Think for a minute now. I don't want to lose you here. This is why it's so important to divide and conquer us. Because we're all going to have different experiences and experience things differently. And we're going to have different environments because people live different. People with money going to experience things different. People without money. It's crazy how we've been colonized and divided so bad, but still trying to hold on to this title of what a man is and what a woman is, but we're not looking at the environment we're in. Let me give you another scenario. If you in a house, and in that house ain't nothing but some fornication going on, drinking, drugs, and you're in that house, living in that house, but you're trying to be godly at the same time, that environment doesn't complement the way you're trying to live. You get what I'm saying? That house represents the world and you represents people, like godly people. Your environment has to complement your lifestyle. This is why we can't lose weight. Why? Because in every corner you got fast food. See, the government knows this, and the 1% that's running the world knows this. I tell y'all things so that y'all can think. Now they'll say, well, you gotta lose weight, you can't eat this, eat that. Everywhere you turn, there's bad choices to make. There's more bad choices to make than there is good choices. So all that gonna depend on you as an individual. But guess what? Your lifestyle doesn't complement the things that you want. We're human. You got to understand how things go. I'm gonna give you another scenario. Stay with me, please. Give you another scenario. And remember, the people that run the world knows this. This is just one big maze, one big project. The world is one big project. Now listen, back in the days when it was laborers, meaning hard work laborers, that's when the men was out in the fields plowing and cropping and doing all that good stuff, and the women stayed home with the children, nurturing, making the house, making sure the house clean and all that good stuff. That's our natural role. But it switched. We went from having to do hard labor to now they got machines. The machines replaced the hard laborers. That's what happened to Belgrade. If you from Belgrade, Pahokasai, Blade, Clues, and everything in between, you saw where back in the day we had workers that came, the Jamaicans and all of them that came, the Haitians that was cutting the cane. But when they came with the machines, it killed the town. This happened all over the world. You see the switch? Stay with me now. Stay with me. Now, women can make money because jobs don't have nothing to do with physical work as much like that. Now, women can do all types of different jobs and make just as much money or more than men, right? See the switch. This is the switch. If you know anything about the Willie Lynch letter, this is by design. Not only that, creeping over to, and I touched on this the other video, creeping over to welfare and stuff like that. I told y'all welfare was created for white women. It wasn't created for blacks or any other nationalities, because that's when the men was out working and the women got paid to stay home. Stay with me. Stay with me. Now listen. Now that the workspace done switched, also it made the women become somewhat of the leader now. Because guess what? The whole plan was to destroy the black family from jump. Take away the man's position in that family, weaken him, and repeat the cycle. This is why all women can get all these different benefits, not benefits, but for these programs, the Section 8, the housing, the this and the that, long as the man is not present. That gives black men no say so. That's why you get kicked out the house. You ain't got, because it ain't about us no more. If a black woman was dependent on a black man to some degree, she probably wouldn't be so quick to kick him out, because y'all have to work together. But guess what? The government came and drew a wedge between that. Stay with me now. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm being, but just stay with me. But the government came and drew a wedge and said, hey, we'll give you this, that, and that, if that man ain't involved. Now, in your DNA as a woman, stay with me. Your protector and your provider is the person you're going to clinch to by default. They know this, you don't, right? This is the situation. Once they got the man out the equation, now the government is the provider, not the protector, but the provider. He's the one paying the bills and doing this and doing that. You clinch to them. This is why when they say, send them papers in, we need this paper, we need that paper, they hurry up and get it in, cause that's the one who paying the bills. That's the one they answer to. Not saying all women, but y'all get what I'm saying. But I just want y'all to think. Like, I'm on y'all side. Just think. I'm just telling y'all what's going on. Now the man has no position in the family no more. They have destroyed black men right in front of your face in all directions. This is why they pay Beyonce to do, I pay my own bills and I'm independent. Music play a part in this also. And I'm not talking about the little small fries. I'm talking about them big artists, where they have writers with agendas on their mind to go in and say, here, write this record about women don't need men. Do you know what that do to us? At first I didn't. I was just doing music. But now I know. Do you know what a Beyonce record that big would do when she say, I'm independent, I don't need a man? It changes your frequency. It changes how you see a man. Without you knowing. These people know this. I just did a video earlier today telling you this is why they control TV, radio. They control what goes in here. Stay with me. Because at the end of this video, which I'm finna get ready, ain't gonna make it long, you're gonna understand why all this makes sense. Now, with that being said, right, and it's gonna show you how this is true. Why you think men cook more than women today? 2020 now. When I was younger, I never saw my uncles cook. I always saw my grandma cook, my aunties and like the women. I might have seen my uncle cook on a barbecue grill. But in 2020, you got more men cooking than women because of the switch. You see what now you see how easy it is for them to emasculate us as men. All they gotta do is change the fashion. Should no man wear a pair of jeans that show his figure? They changed the fashion. See, when y'all heard Kanye West going off, I don't agree with everything Kanye say or do. But when he was going off, he basically was telling us like, yo, these people, we the ones spend more money with Nike. Nike wouldn't even have a sit down with him. But they'll come to us to buy their product. So I understood where he was coming from. And he was just going crazy because us as black folks, or he saw us as his people, not following what he's saying and being tricked and duped as we do with every other designer like Gucci. you know, whatever the case. We all know older Italians don't like niggas. I can't say for the younger ones, just like the Chinese, like the younger ones, they more into the culture with the breakdancing and wearing. But the older ones, they are prejudiced. That's facts. But I'm going to get back to the video. What I'm saying is you got more men cooking now than women because of the switch. More men are now I'm not, and I don't want y'all to be like, oh, I'm a man. Man, listen, man, we're not talking about that. Look at the broad situation. Just because one or two of y'all got a good job or got a business and y'all doing good, you don't represent that for every other black man. At least the narrative, because you don't own radio, you don't own TV. You get what I'm saying? They do. Even if we were as black men leading, it would be perceived that we're not, because that's how we are depicted in the media. We're depicted like that in the news. They control the narrative. Back to the video. How all this gonna make sense, right? And I'm finna tie this video up, because I've shown y'all how we went from how we was naturally where men went out and worked and women stayed home. When the workspace switched and they came with the machineries and factories, now women can go out in the workspace and make just as much money as we do. Then you got the music promoting all women independent, women don't need men. And I'm not just bashing women, I'm just showing you how everything was turned and switched. And I want y'all to understand how, as a black man, we are the most hated creatures on earth. We are last. Everybody hate us. And I told you, these people got more laws for animals than they do for us to protect them than us. Stay with me. Now, fast forward, the switch came. Now women raising the boys, you know, independently. And I'm not saying a woman can't raise a man, but you're definitely at a disadvantage without the father being there. Let's at least admit to that. You get what I'm saying? So let's just stick with me, right? Let's just stay with me. I'm showing y'all why that father ain't there. Right up on our noses where we don't even understand this whole plot. And while they giving our women or we, you know, the Section 8s, and they stand here, they putting you in a specific area, keeping you there for years and years to come, and then you start to get used to that. That's your means. It's just like having a car note for $500. Now you pay the car off. You should have an extra $500 left over. Why you don't? Because you're not, you living to your means. And what they do is put you in a situation where you ain't got to pay all this and you living this way. It makes you not want to progress in life and get more. And that's by design. These people know your biology. They know psychology. They know what makes you tick. You don't. Please pay attention to this video. Now, I said all that to say this, right? I showed y'all where it went from to where it's at today, and why, you know, women may feel as though they're independent and they don't need a man, and you know, it's just how things all screwed up. And I'm not saying men are perfect, because we're not by a long shot, but I'm just showing y'all how us as men and us as women is fucked up. And I don't care how you want to put it. You say what you want to say. The kicker to all that and me saying all that is this one thing. Out of all the things that I just explained to y'all, and the switching from this, the switching from that, the switching from that, us as people, black people, had nothing to do with it. That's the kicker. All the switching that took place, we had no say-so in it. We had nothing, no involvement in it, but we was highly affected from it. And all I want y'all to take from this video is I want to show y'all how the powers that be, the 1% that runs the world, has perfectly designed this setup. And we're pointing the finger at each other, blaming each other, when neither one of us had nothing to do with our conditions. And I'm not talking about the small percent that did escape and did become successful. I'm talking about it as a whole. Because if I had that type of mentality where I say, well, I feel like I'm straight, to hell with y'all, I wouldn't be doing these videos. Because we not straight. We, as a whole, we not good. I told y'all, we spend the most money out of every nationality, but we don't own nothing. Something is wrong, man. And I'm trying to get you to think, like I always tell y'all. I'm just trying to get you to think. Do not bash me because I'm speaking on women being on Section 8 and different programs. Don't bash me for that. I'm not bashing women in no type of way, no disrespect. All I'm saying is I'm trying to get people to open their eyes and see this whole plot, see why we're in the position that we're in. You dig what I'm saying? And that's it, man. We had nothing to do with none of this stuff, but we was highly affected from it. And I showed y'all how we was affected. And it's crazy how our women can get help from the government as long as us as men is not present. That should tell you something alone. You feel me? That alone should tell you why is it that I can get this and get that as long as, and you know what that does to our women? And not all women, and this is why I say as long as we live individually, one woman can't represent every other woman because we gonna all experience this stuff different, like another man. Another man can't represent another man because we all experience these things differently. They know this. Psychology, they know this. They know that putting you in a specific environment with specific resources is going to bring about specific results. It's just that simple. We living in an environment where it doesn't complement us as a black man or a black woman, but we still trying to, you know, live up to that title of what a man is or what a woman is. That's crazy. That is so crazy to me. That is crazy. And I just hope I ain't lose nobody on this video. All I'm saying to y'all is we're the victims as a whole, as women and men. I don't give a damn what you got as a woman or as a man. Togetherness, we are screwed. We are. And all I'm saying is I want y'all to see the big plot. Don't let them pull that wool over your head. You can't say you don't know. You can't say you weren't told because I told you. We went from this to where we at today. It's a big switch. And that's why our boys running around all you know, we've been emasculated from the TV, radio, the music, everything. It's all a plot. Told y'all the record companies, these records, well, these people will give a couple dollars to an artist to do a song and put it on the radio, and that gets into the minds of our young. They are controlling their minds, not us, because of the environment. I told y'all, environment has damn near 100% to do with your survival, the things you're going to do, the things you're going to be accustomed to. They know this. Why you think they putting up McDonald's and Burger King all over the country every day? Every corner you turn, there's a fast food restaurant. And then tell you to lose weight. Or then tell you got high blood pressure, diabetes. But y'all go vote for these very same people that will do this to you. It's crazy. It just blows my mind how they done sat down and figure this out, and they come to us with it, and we can't figure it out. Like I say, we need to change our environment. We need to either say, hey, stop building that stuff, stop supporting it, and support what's real, because we dying. But hopefully y'all got some type of value out of the video, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. And like I say, I just wanted to bring that to all of our attention. There's no need to point the finger at no woman. There's no need to point no finger at no man, because the real enemy, and this is the story about the wolf licking the blade. I told y'all about that story. We need to, it's the oppressor. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm not the one that got you doing what you're doing. It's the oppressor. So y'all like, subscribe, comment, man, this video, man. Y'all know it's all love. It's your boy Papa Duck.
Yeah, hey, this is boy Papa Duck. Y'all already know my nigga. Shape on the beat, y'all already motherfucking know what it is. Hey, flex.